All right, hello everyone. Thank you for coming and tuning in online. It's really great to see you all here at Ignite 2024. I'm Stefan Kinnestrand. I lead product marketing for Windows Commercial, spanning Windows Client, Windows Cloud, and Microsoft Intune. I'm joined today by Catherine Holdsworth, who's a Partner Group Product Manager for Windows, as well as Barbara Chopra, who's a Principal Group Product Manager for Windows Cloud. We're here today to talk about how you can build a secure and resilient digital strategy spanning Windows Client and Cloud. Today is about giving you the tools and strategies to ensure that your Windows environment can handle anything, whether it's a cyber attack, a system failure, or a team productivity challenge. We get a lot of questions from our customers along the lines of, how should I best deal with threats like ransomware and zero-day vulnerabilities? Or, what's the best way to make sure that all of my workloads stay resilient during unexpected incidents or outages? In this session, we will give you some actionable steps and practical solutions that we know work in the real world. Plus, we got some great new product features that we can't wait to show you. All right, ready to see what's next? Let's get started. Today, Microsoft serves customers across all sectors of society: government, hospitals, education, corporations, organizations large and small that provide critical services that need to stay highly secure. That's why Microsoft established the Secure Future Initiative. It's a multi-year commitment to ensure that our solutions meet the highest possible standards for security by following three key principles: secure by design, secure by default, and secure operations. Security is our #1 priority because we know it is your #1 priority. And by building security into every stage of our processes, we ensure a more secure environment for all of our customers. For end-user computing, this starts with Windows 11. Windows 11 is the most secure operating system we have ever built. We are less than 1 year away from Windows 10 end of support. And the most effective way to enhance security of your device estate is to modernize your device fleet with new Windows 11 PCs and Copilot+ PCs. Those PCs come with security enabled by default, and we have an exciting set of new security features in Windows 11 that Catherine will walk us through in just a bit. In addition to the local PC experience, more and more of our customers are choosing to stream Windows from the cloud. We have 2 solutions for that. Windows 365 is a streamlined software as a service solution that's optimized for simplicity and experience. Azure Virtual Desktop is a platform as a service solution that's optimized for flexibility and control. Gartner recently recognized both of these as leaders in the 2024 Gartner Magic Quadrant for Desktop as a Service for the 2nd year in a row. Both Windows 365 and Azure Virtual Desktop run Windows 11, so the new security features in Windows 11 accrue to both of these services. Additionally, we have built in security and resiliency features in Windows 365 that you'll learn about from Bhavya in just a little bit. Windows powers business-critical solutions across a wide variety of customers, and it has become part of the world's infrastructure. We are committed to making sure that Windows remains the most secure and most reliable platform for all of our customers. Earlier this week, we announced the Windows Resiliency Initiative. This initiative came out of the learnings from the incident we saw in July. It focuses on making sure that Windows is reliable and secure for all of our customers, including the most mission-critical workloads. As part of this initiative, we are working across the industry, and together, we will improve reliability, we will enable stronger controls for apps and drivers, strengthen identity protection, and balance admin privileges. You will hear more about that in just a bit. We are committed to improving Windows reliability, and we are taking a few concrete steps towards that. In Q1 of 2025, a new recovery solution will launch in the Windows Insider program, and it will later become more broadly available. This solution will allow us to send targeted fixes from Windows Update to devices, even if Windows can't boot. Second, we're introducing a capability in Windows to run security products as an app, limiting system impact from any bugs in those security apps. A private preview of this platform for developers is planned for July 2025. And thirdly, we are working across the industry with our security partners, including Microsoft Defender, to improve security and resiliency. We do that by making sure that everybody adopts safe deployment practices for gradual ring-based rollout of software updates, and by running extra security and compatibility tests on key components that are being updated to make sure that we can catch any issues early. And lastly, by enhancing incident response so that we can make sure we have fast and coordinated action in case of any future events. Let me now introduce Catherine, that will give you a quick overview of what is new and what is next for Windows 11 security as part of the Windows Resiliency Initiative.
Thank you. OK, thank you, Stefan, and hello, Ignite. I'm Catherine Holsworth, and it's fantastic to be here today to share some of what is new in Windows security. So let's dive in. So with cybercrime on the rise, you've told us security is your top priority, and it's ours too. We hear from you the pressure you are all under, keeping employees both secure as well as productive. Today, I'm going to share with you some important updates to Windows security and some advancements to help you meet the threats of today as well as tomorrow. So let's start with what the difference is between Windows 10 and Windows 11 security. There are really two major differences. First is the hardware security baseline, which is important as it ensures every Windows 11 PC has consistent hardware security, forming a secure foundation. This is the foundation that gives you the confidence in the security of the operating system and all of the experiences built on top of it. The second difference is that Windows 11 is more secure by default. We are continuously hardening it and also adding security capabilities with each release. Here's a big eye chart with examples of where we are fixing common attack surfaces and making features more secure by default in Windows 11. We are moving code from kernel mode to user mode. For example, tooltips is now in user mode. We're removing old code. We're removing weak crypto. We are hardening credentials. As an example, the local security authority protection is now on by default on consumer devices where it wasn't on before. The Microsoft Vulnerable Driver Block List is on by default, and BitLocker is enabled on all new devices. So the Windows Secure by Default strategy does remove complex security decisions from IT admins as well as end users, and it provides security out of the box from the moment you power on. We have confidence that Windows 11 has set a new standard as the most secure version of Windows, and after transitioning from Windows 10 to Windows 11, customers are reporting fewer security issues. OK, so let's talk about what's next and what's new. From the information we get from our Microsoft Threat Intelligence Centers, the biggest attack sources are clear. They are unverified apps and drivers, they are credential attacks, and admin privileges. So let me share with you how we are addressing these threats with Windows security. First, you will see a very deep focus of ours enabling stronger app and driver controls across Windows, as this helps protect against malware and script attacks. Running reputable apps and drivers is important, as most malicious apps are unsigned, and attackers are just playing a numbers game. They are constantly trying to trick us into downloading malware or ransomware, and the attacks are getting much more sophisticated. They're becoming more targeted, and if they try enough times, somebody will eventually fall for it. So one of the most important tools you have in your toolbox to help secure your devices is to control what apps and what drivers can be used. So new in this space, we have a brand new hardened print stack called Windows Protected Print Mode, which works with MOPRA certified printers. It's designed to mitigate many of the past print security issues as it doesn't require third-party drivers. And you can enable it in settings or via Intune. We are also making app control easier, which is probably the most effective way for IT admins to prevent unwanted apps or malware. For consumers and smaller organizations, we have Smart App Control. It's a new feature which uses AI to enable millions of known safe apps to run, regardless of where you got them from. Smart App Control will help you trust the internet as your app store. This means if you click on that wrong thing, you'll be safer. For larger organizations, IT admins can layer on app control for business policies and deploy them using Intune. These policies will allow line of business apps to run as well. So let me show you a quick demo.
PC relies primarily on traditional antivirus protection, or AV. To most people, this app looks like a legitimate version of Microsoft To Do app, but it's actually a Trojan horse containing ransomware. When your device is AV protected only, and the AV doesn't yet know an app is bad, the app runs and infects the device. Application control for business is the most effective way for IT admins to prevent unwanted apps or malware. An app must either be allowed by your IT policy or predicted safe by Microsoft's App Reputation AI, and thanks to Smart App Control, that AI is better than ever. To deploy app control for business policies, the IT admin uses the signed and reputable template and makes a few changes to get everything set up. When the policy rules are ready, the App Control Wizard creates 2 files, a human-readable policy XML and a format that's ready for deployment. IT admins distribute app control policies using Intune's targeting and deployment tools. A new feature in preview will make it easier for IT to set Intune as a managed installer, so apps installed from Intune are automatically allowed. On the employee's device, with app control for business policies, the fake To-Do app is blocked. And 7-Zip, a popular yet unsigned app, runs because Smart App Control AI predicted it to be safe.
Okay. So that is app control. Thank you. And thank you for the team who put that together for me. And it really does give you peace of mind that only verified apps can run. And it helps reduce attacks like malicious attachments or social engineered malware. Okay, our second focus is enhancing identity and data protection, as credential and data theft is huge, a problem for many people. To help prevent phishing, we have added hardening to Windows Hello, which is the MFA solution built into Windows. And Windows Hello has also been extended to support passkeys, which we will continue to evolve. Windows Hello and passkeys means that much of the web can now be protected with MFA, and people no longer need to choose between a safe sign-in and a secure sign-in, and a simple sign-in, sorry. So when Windows Hello is also being used to protect things like recall, as well as personal data encryption, which is another new feature that we're talking about at Ignite. Here's a quick demo of how personal data encryption works.
Personal data encryption is a new Windows 11 enterprise capability. With personal data encryption, your files will be protected when the device is running or on standby. It adds a second layer of encryption to help protect desktop, documents, and pictures folders, and integrates with OneDrive and SharePoint on Microsoft 365 to allow for easy collaboration. The files will remain encrypted until you authenticate with Windows Hello, and will see padlocks on the protected files. A device administrator on your device won't be able to view your file content, as the files remain encrypted until authenticated with Windows Hello. Personal data encryption is easily enabled via policy using a mobile device management service like Microsoft Intune. Personal data encryption works independently of BitLocker or any other volume level encryption, and can be used along with it to achieve double encryption for your files.
Okay, so personal data encryption for known folders is brand new in Windows Enterprise, and it's ready for you to try now. Okay, thirdly, we are addressing the long-standing challenge of overprivileged users and applications, which creates significant risk. Yet, as you all know, most people, including myself, do not want to give up admin control of their PC. To help you strike the balance of security as well as admin privileges, we are introducing administrator protection. Administrator protection gives you the protection of standard user permissions by default, and when needed, you can securely authorize a system change using Windows Hello. Once the process has completed, the temporary admin token is destroyed. This means that admin privileges do not persist. Admin protection will be very disruptive to attackers as they no longer have elevated privileges by default to system settings. And it will help you ensure that employees, not malware, remain in control of your Windows. Okay, let's now spend a few minutes on operating system management. As part of our commitment to a secure end-to-end experience, we have deeply integrated with Windows with Microsoft Intune. Intune helps you manage devices at scale from the cloud. Having the right management policies in place will help you keep your employees safe as well as productive. So Intune has a number of levers to help manage Windows security as well as user experiences. For example, there's conditional access and device compliance, which helps ensure devices accessing your apps and resources have the required security. With Intune endpoint privilege management, IT admins can help give people with standard user permissions the approval for the tasks they need when they need them. And then the Intune settings catalog is kept up to date with new Windows configuration capabilities all the time. And to help keep devices in compliance with IT policy, Config Refresh is a new feature which many of you have requested. Config Refresh helps return security policies to their desired state if unintended changes cause them to drift. Let's take a quick look.
Refresh helps to minimize configuration drift on Windows 11 devices managed by a mobile device management service, like Microsoft Intune. For example, IT admins can remove features their employees don't need, like widgets, by setting the Intune widget policy to disable. However, a user with admin rights could modify the device registry to re-enable it. They will be able to see widgets again and use it, which is out of line with company policy. Config Refresh utilizes a scheduled task that runs every 90 minutes by default to reset IT admin policy settings. Config Refresh can be configured to run as frequently as every 30 minutes and works offline without needing a round trip to the server. Once Config Refresh runs, the widget setting is reset to disable as the IT admin intended and is no longer usable. The registry also reflects the specified configuration again. Config Refresh can be enabled in Intune and is available on Windows 11.
Okay, that was Config Refresh. And so last but not least, I cannot possibly complete a security discussion without talking about being up to date. Windows Hot Patch in Intune is another fantastic feature to help you stay secure. It's designed to reduce restarts and interruptions when deploying Patch Tuesday, so now you can get security updates faster without bugging your people. Every update of Windows is more secure than the last, so having the latest updates as fast as possible will keep your business more secure. Okay, I could spend all day talking about Windows security. Sadly, that's all the time I have, so I created another eye chart to share more of what is new and a taste of what is coming next. Security is a pursuit and not a destination, and our Windows team is listening to your feedback and acting on it. We are committed to continually earning your trust, and we are committed that Windows remains the most secure and reliable platform you can count on. Now, much of the security my team builds is also used in Windows Cloud, so I'm going to hand over to Bhavya to see what's new in Windows Cloud security. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine, and hello, everyone. Before we talk about Windows Cloud security, let's remind ourselves of the two solutions that Stefan talked about earlier. Windows Cloud has Windows 365, our SaaS solution, and Azure Virtual Desktop, our PaaS solution. And when you look at the security challenges that we face in these products, there are several threat factors that come into mind. Think of identity-based attacks, network vulnerabilities, compromised endpoints, especially personal devices, which, as you can see on the data on the slide, they pose a major risk for malware getting into virtual environments. So now more than ever, you need to prevent unauthorized access, safeguard data, continuously monitor for threats, and ensure compliance with regulations. Building on top of the security progress and vision that Catherine shared earlier, Windows 365 and Azure Virtual Desktop provide robust security features to enable secure access from Windows to any device. Let's look at new security capabilities that secure our platform and help you secure your users. There are 3 key pillars that we invest in when we're helping secure our customers' environments. Capabilities that secure your identity, securing access to your VMs, and securing the data that's on your VMs. Let's talk about the first. A top priority for IT admins is establishing secure identities when accessing their Windows experience while minimizing risks. Catherine talked about the Windows Hello improvements, and we've extended that to the cloud as well. We've now enabled the use of phish-resistant authentication end-to-end on the Windows platform, and we're slowly rolling it out on the non-Windows platforms as well. This means you can use FIDO2 and passkeys, smart card, or any other passwordless method to log into the service, log into your VM, and log into the apps that run within the desktop session. We also release support for single sign-on, multi-factor authentication, and faster reauthorization. Second is secure access. We've made quite a lot of improvements to ensure that access to your apps and data is secure. You can now control access to your virtual environments based on the security posture of the physical device, whether that physical device is personal, managed, or managed by another organization. And you can control access based on the individual user's risk profile. By integrating with Defender for Endpoint, Entra Global Secure Access, and Intune Mobile Application Management, which is also known as MAM, you can make sure that only the right people can connect and reduce the risk of data loss based on different device and user situations. Now, let's roll the demo of seeing how we integrate passwordless authentication and MAM into our products. And then we'll come back and talk about the third pillar.
Admin sets up phish-resistant auth with options for the organization to enforce FIDO2 keys or QR code-based authenticator or biometrics, such as Windows Hello. The admin will now disable drive redirections for unmanaged devices, and we'll configure it here in Intune. We start with creating an app configuration policy for iOS devices. In the Settings tab, add drives to redirect in the name column and the appropriate value in the value column. Next, we will select a group to apply the policy to. Apply the relevant filters and finalize the policy creation in the Review and Create tab and select Create. Once enabled, end users can now use passwordless phish-resistant options like passkeys and FIDO2 devices to log into their cloud PC. Connecting on a managed device, drive redirection is allowed. On an unmanaged device, a user will launch the remote desktop app and connect to their workspace for the first time. When the user connects, drive redirection is not allowed based on the unmanaged device policy applied earlier.
Pretty neat, right? In this demo, you saw MAM policy working on a remote desktop app, and it also works out of the box on our new Windows app. This is our first look into the comprehensive security controls that we are bringing to our products, especially known as contextual security controls. Now let's look at the third pillar, securing data. Securing data means protecting your information right from the start. We offer various data protection and encryption techniques to prevent sensitive information from being captured. You can choose to implement features like screen capture protection, watermarking, one-way clipboard, and use customer key with host-based encryption to maintain full control over your data. And to establish a secure foundation, our service uses trusted launch virtual machines by default for Windows 365 Cloud PCs, and you also have the option to use confidential VMs for your Azure Virtual Desktop session hosts. All these measures adhere to the hardware baseline and secure defaults that Catherine mentioned earlier. And of course, we cannot forget that continuous monitoring is essential to ensuring ongoing protection. You may have surely heard that you can't protect what you cannot see, and so we provide a first-class integration with Purview Insider Risk Management and data loss prevention solutions. We've also released support for forensic evidence. That gives you a visual insight into potentially user-risky actions while maintaining user privacy and helps you detect and respond to data-related security incidents. If you have asked us for session recording in our solutions, this is it. Let's see a demo of how this works.
Our admin is creating a health record misuse policy for forensic evidence gathering. For our Cloud PC or AVD users, events can be established within the policy to trigger evidence gathering, like screenshots being taken of specific health records, which might be considered company policy violations. It's important to note, forensic evidence gathering will be reviewed by both legal and HR prior to being enabled on an end user's device. Now we will jump to our end user, who is reviewing personal health records. It looks like they are opening the snipping tool and taking a screenshot. Now it would seem they are saving the snipped file to a personal storage location. We are back in our admin seat and reviewing alerts in the Insider Risk Management portal. There is a lot of information here to consume around user activity and what types of flags have been raised due to certain activities. You may notice under Triggering Event, one of our users accessed restricted patient health records. From here, we will navigate to the Forensic Evidence tab to analyze intent. Our admin is now reviewing the captured events that were flagged based on the triggers we set up in our policy. User activity that falls within our specific triggers are captured in order for our reviewers to analyze intent. From here, our admin will follow company guidelines in partnership with legal and HR to determine next steps.
Thank you. With all that we have shared, I'm sure you see that we're committed to making Windows the most secure and reliable OS, because we know you're relying on us to protect your business, and we take that responsibility seriously. Now that we've covered security, let's move on to another key challenge that we're addressing: resilience in our Windows Cloud solutions. For Windows 365 and Azure Virtual Desktop, resilience and fast recovery are key tenets in our solution. And we will talk about 3 different aspects of the solution in the next few minutes. Yes, we like the number 3, as you can see from all of our slides. Let's start with built-in service resilience. Both of our solutions, like I mentioned, Windows 365 and Azure Virtual Desktop, use a common connectivity platform that takes advantage of Azure's global infrastructure. The platform has instances all over the world with multiple clusters running in each region, so there's no single point of failure. Each cluster works independently to handle failures and ensuring low latency and quick recovery from disruptions. Windows 365 also has a dedicated management platform that's showing on the bottom of the slide. This system is also distributed across multiple Azure regions, uses globally redundant storage, region-replicated databases, and well-known Azure resilience services. And this infrastructure is fully managed by Windows 365, so you don't have to worry about architecting, deploying, or managing complex VDI infrastructure. Now let's shift to the second lens. We have heard this from you time and again. Disaster recovery is a critical consideration for any IT endpoint strategy. And since its launch, Windows 365 has provided built-in options for business continuity and disaster recovery. With the built-in point-in-time feature, we make it easy for you to take your cloud PC back to a specific earlier state. IT admins can set up automatic restore points at regular intervals or configure them on demand for the individual cloud PCs. They can restore a single cloud PC or multiple of them using the bulk action support in Intune. And you can allow your users to restore their own cloud PCs if needed. And if a restore is initiated and the current infrastructure is unavailable, Windows 365 will automatically relocate that recovered cloud PC in the alternate healthy infrastructure within that Azure region. No additional steps required from any admin or end users. This ensures seamless recovery in case you have an outage. And let's see a demo of how all of this works, which the team recorded for us earlier this week.
Time Restore, you go to Devices, into the Windows 365 blade, and head to the User Settings tab. Here we'll edit an existing setting, but this applies to a new setting too. Remember, user settings will take effect even on existing cloud PCs. Here, you can choose to allow user to initiate their own restore. You can also choose how frequent you want restore points to occur, with options shown in the drop-down menu. In the case of an actual outage, you can restore devices as an administrator by going to Devices, the Windows 365 blade, choosing All Cloud PCs tab, and selecting the device that you want to restore. Once you click into the device, you can press the Restore icon and select the restore point you want to restore to. Once you've finalized your restore point, click Restore on the bottom. The cloud PC will then be restored to the point in time you selected. If the user is allowed to do their own point in time restore in the Windows app or other clients, the user can click the 3 dots, select Restore, confirm they want to restore the cloud PC, specify the restore point they want to restore to, and they can press Restore on the bottom.
We talk about a seamless recovery. In fact, this restore capability was what helped Windows 365 customers very quickly and seamlessly recover their cloud PCs that were affected by the July incident. And finally, let's look at the third aspect of our resilience story. For highly regulated industries or those that need geographic distance between their primary and backup solutions, we introduced the Windows 365 cross-region disaster recovery solution earlier this year. This add-on feature creates snapshots of cloud PCs in customer-defined distant locations. And these snapshots can then be used to recover cloud PCs in alternate regions in case there's an outage. So the solution helps protect against regional outages, quickly recover cloud PCs during challenging scenarios, and helps you customize your recovery plans. In fact, even integrate them with your reports and workflows. We hope you enjoyed about all of the security and resiliency capabilities that you can deploy to ensure your operations remain secure and resilient, no matter the circumstances. Let's learn how one of our customers and partners, HP, that has built a protective, a secure, and a resilient Windows desktop experience from Windows 365.
Between Microsoft and HP has a really deep history and past. And what that has enabled us to build is this shared empathy and understanding of our customers. HP Anywhere and Windows 365 is an extension of our deep partnership with Microsoft. It's a secure integration that is easy to provision, easy for IT managers to manage, and easy for them to control access to. The main benefits are it modernizes the end user experience, and then it enhances security because the control rests with the IT DM.
We currently have 9,000 contractors and employees on it. And again, we're looking for getting them productive, working as quickly as we can. And we brought those 9,000, all of that provisioning was under 1 hour.
Using Windows 365, from an IT management perspective, it's the same crew, it's the same team. They're familiar with the Intune console. They know how to push policy. They know how to fire up and fire down extra CPUs. So really easy for us to run. from an end user perspective, for the contractors, they don't have to buy new PCs for every contract. They can bring in the equipment they know and love, and we save money on extra equipment. We know it's all in a world-class environment that nobody's going to get into easily or walk away with the data easily. So for us, it gives a lot of peace of mind.
Now with Windows 365, we have one integrated solution that leads to security, that leads to cost efficiency, that leads to much better employee productivity and employee experience.
The market is changing. There's AI, there's enhanced privacy, and our partner Microsoft also has made great leaps and bounds in that area, and that means that our roadmap to serve our shared partnership will evolve to solve those problems for customers as well.
We should totally applause on this one. Yes. And now I hand it over back to Stefan to bring us home.
Thank you, Bhavya. All right. You, of course, cannot talk about Windows security and resiliency without also talking about Windows 365 Link. As more organizations adopt Windows 365 to enhance security and flexibility, they have been asking us for a dedicated and data-less device to connect directly to the cloud. To address this need, we are introducing the first in a new class of devices designed to connect securely and seamlessly to Windows 365 in seconds. Windows 365 Link, the simple, secure, purpose-built device for Windows 365. Windows 365 Link is secure by design. It offers a lockdown experience with security baseline policies that are enabled by default, and security features that cannot be turned off. It has no local data, no local apps, and no local admin users. Windows 365 Link can be set up in a few minutes with a few simple steps, and it can be efficiently managed in Microsoft Intune alongside other PCs and cloud PCs. Windows 365 Link will become generally available for purchase in select markets starting in April 2025 for $349. Until then, you can contact your Microsoft account team to apply to join the public preview program. OK, as we wrap up, I hope you have learned some useful things about how to enable security and resiliency across Windows Client and Windows Cloud. There are loads of resources here at Ignite and online. There's a lot on the slides here, so feel free to grab your phone, take a photo. I will put a plug in for the upcoming 2 breakout sessions on Windows and Windows Cloud and Windows 365 Link happening later today. Make sure to check those out. We also invite you to visit Station 9, 10, and 11 in the hub, where you can meet more Microsoft employees, ask questions, and learn more. We'd love to speak more to you. We, the 3 of us and others Microsoft employees, we will stick around up here. Feel free to come up, talk to us, and ask questions. We will have a free book giveaway for the first 5 people that come up and ask questions. On behalf of the entire team that has worked on this, thank you all for attending in the room and online. We're grateful for that, and we hope you have a great Ignite 2024. Thank you.